Are you ready? You think you could tell us what to do? You think you could tell us what to wear? You think that you're better?
Justin Herbert or Phillip Rivers?
Oh man, I got the longevity. I got 24 seconds. Justin Herbert.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Freddie, did you really want to be a Dodger? Did you really want to leave the Atlanta Braves after winning a championship? No. Welcome to the show, my guy.
What's up, Fredo? How you doing, my man?
And ladies and gentlemen, we are live here on Monday Night Fredo. Myself, Fredo Cervantes. Thank you guys all for tuning in on this very special edition here. It's not just any typical Monday. It is the Monday after the Chargers fall to the 49ers last night on Sunday Night Football, which was, I guess a lot of people want to say it was a good loss. It wasn't just a devastating loss. It wasn't a disappointing loss. It was just a good loss overall. And that is something that I'm going to go ahead and start the show with. But I do want to go ahead and let you guys know it's going to be a full pack show today. I mean, I'm going to be talking about the Chargers in the NFL. I'm also going to be talking about the Lakers, man. We understand that, yes, the Lakers won yesterday. Yes, they beat down on the Brooklyn Nets. But beating down on the Brooklyn Nets, you should not feel good about that. But there is one thing that it has taken me years. It's taken me about almost 4 years to come to an understanding about what life is with LeBron James. And that's one thing that I've been coming to an understanding to try to realize that maybe moving on from LeBron James might be the best thing for the Lakers moving forward. And I do have a very amazing special guest here on the show, which some of you guys already know the man. And when we're talking about LeBron James, you know that the name Money Mike comes to mind because we know what Money Mike feels like. And we all know that Money Mike's a hater. And if we can play that sounder real quick, I know that sounder somewhere out there. I ain't a hater. He's a hater. He's a hater. And I think I'm finally going to buy a ticket to his hater club. And it's not that I'm going to be hating on LeBron James. It's that finally, when you look at statistics, things kind of make more sense in what is better for the future of the Lakers. So there's a mess. But the little mess that I want to clean up before we do get to Money Mike is the mess that happened yesterday over at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, up north with the Chargers and the San Francisco 49ers. The Chargers were coming into this game being a 5-3 ball club. They've been doing pretty good all year long, especially dealing with all the injuries they've dealt with since week one, going with Keenan Allen, only playing the first half against the Raiders on September 11th. But with that being said, their top 3 receivers were out of the picture yesterday. Their top 3 defensive players were out of the picture yesterday. Their top 2 kickers were out of the picture yesterday. The only guy that was there that we can rely on was Justin Herbert. We went into the halftime with a score of 13-7 at one point. The Chargers were held scoreless in the second half and only lost the game by 3. So stop there and think for a second. You lose by 3 and you were held scoreless in the second half. How is that possible? Well, I mean, by me telling you that Justin Herbert was throwing to the practice squad receivers, that might be a case right there that you got to look at. It's like, okay, well, who was he really throwing to? He wasn't throwing to anybody out there. How was he capable of winning this game yesterday? I mean, honestly, he has zero chance according to Vegas. The Chargers were underdogs. They were underdogs with the money line of minus. I think they were like a plus 350. So people out there in the betting world, when you look at a team that's being plus 350, you know they have zero chance at winning this ball game. But what the Chargers did in the first half yesterday, they stopped the run from Christian McCaffrey, stopping Deebo Samuel, and of course, Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo, that dude right there, he's okay. He's not good. He's not great. He's okay. But another team out there yesterday that just looked a fool is the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams have not been the team that we all expected to be this after winning the Super Bowl last year. They're not the same team. All right. So I don't even want to waste time on the Rams because it's pointless. There is someone that I want to spend some time with, which I will be talking to, the one and only Money Mike from the Profanity Nation podcast. You guys can watch him every single Sunday night here on the Infinity Studios, 8:30 Pacific. Him, Simsta, and Stat Pat. They talk crazy a lot. And I do want to, and I'm going to talk to Money Mike about this. And I did want to talk to Simsta as well, because they're talking a little crazy on the Profanity Nation at times. That makes me want to jump into the studio from home. Because when they bring up the Jeannie Buss name, and I don't want to say they disrespect the name, but when they put blame on her for everything that's going on, you guys are crazy. You guys are all crazy. But we're going to meet the craziest one of all coming up next here on Monday Night Fredo. So stay tuned. We'll be right back here on Infinity Studios.
Profanity Nation. A podcast for the fans, by the fans. Dive deep into the topics the other shows miss. Raw and uncensored.
And he's going to play team ball. His legacy is at stake.
Rare, hard-hitting interviews with players, coaches, and you, the super fans.
I'm not hating. I'm like, okay, cool. Good.
3 championships in 5 years. He's more than good, bro.
Profanity Nation. Listen live or subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Powered by Jesse Brown of Keller Williams.
And we're back here on Monday Night Fredo, of course, live from the Infinity Studios here in Los Angeles. Again, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, everything, Infinity Studios. We got a lot of great shows here, and we got a lot more coming up soon as well. So make sure everyone subscribe here on YouTube. If you're watching live on YouTube right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button and even hit the notification button, because you want to get notified when all these shows come up live. You want to be the first ones to watch it. And of course, right now, if you're watching right now, we got the one and only from the Profanity Nation podcast, Money Mike. Money Mike, welcome to the show.
Man, what's going on, man? First of all, look, I can't allow you to talk about what we be talking about on our show, because we're giving our critiques on Jeannie Buss. First of all, I'm speaking for me, Simsta, and Stat Pat. We absolutely love Jeannie Buss, but we just disagree with some of her decisions that she's been making, and I think that's only fair. That's
like a love and hate relationship. We can't have that. You got to pick one side. And from what I'm seeing as a viewer and knowing you guys, and I know, Money Mike, I know you guys don't like the decisions that Jeannie Buss has made, but what does that tell you? That you kind of want her out of this position as being the governor of the Lakers? Or
no, we're not saying we want her out of the position. We're just saying that if we look at what her father did, her father knew where to put people in places where they will be successful. We feel that Rob Pelinka was not worth an extension on his contract, because what has he proven? We got a championship, yes, but then we blew up the team, and then there's certain players that we need to do in order for LeBron to be successful that we just didn't get, and we have to put blame on somebody. And one of the things is, you have to start at the top. You started Jeannie for Pelinka, because I just think we need to get somebody outside of the Laker family.
Oh, yes, but at the end of the day, if things are going wrong and going bad, you can't just look at the person at the very top and blame him for those decisions or for the way the team is playing. At the end of the day, you got to look at the coach. The Lakers have not had the right coach. Even though Frank Vogel won that championship in 2020, I don't think that Vogel did anything that any other coach couldn't do with that specific team that year, because you put Luke Walton in that situation with AD, LeBron, and those guys, I'm pretty sure Luke would maybe have won the championship as well. But my thing about it is that the Lakers' problem has been the coaching search. They're not getting the right guy. And I mean, you can look at it right now. You look at a Laker team that's 3-10 right now. How can you be happy about that? Don't tell me that's Jeannie Buss's fault. It's not Rob Pelinka's fault. It's not even LeBron James's fault. It's not even Anthony Davis, the softest man in the league. It's not even his fault. It's the coach's job to get the right pieces that were given to him and win some ball games. It's like if you look at a chef and you go to a restaurant, you're not going to be like, oh, the food's bad. Like, this restaurant just sucks. No, it's not the restaurant. It's the chef. The guy's cooking the food. That's the reason why you don't like what you're eating. It's the guy that cooked it. So
Man, you could be completely wrong. First of all, here's the thing.
How?
If I'm a chef, if I'm a chef, I
And you're cooking
need
food?
and I'm cooking the food. It's a difference if you get Wagyu steak and you get choice steak, right? So obviously, choice steak is going to be way more tougher than Wagyu, right? Who's the one that makes those decisions? That's the one that goes to the actual market. Well, who's in control of going to the market? That would be, in this case, Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka goes and sees what players he's going to go and construct and put together for the chef, who is, in this case, Darvin Ham, to go ahead and make this team work. But if Pelinka is not getting the correct people to be on the team, you only can work with what you can work with. And then when you have Jeannie Buss go ahead and says, okay, I trust you to put the team together, and the team that he put together is not worthy of winning the championship, then you have to go up the ladder and blame everybody in charge.
Right, but at the end of the day, I'm giving you the ingredients. Like, go, like, if you have a car, if you're driving your
But it's
car,
the wrong ingredients.
but look, check this out. If you're driving the car and you get in a car accident, is it the driver's fault or is it the manufacturer, the people that made this vehicle?
Well, do the brakes work?
Yeah, they should. You bought it that
I mean,
way.
I'm just saying.
Test
But
drive it.
listen.
You
So
test drive it, it worked.
what you cannot do, man. Come on, man. Like, you're kind of being ridiculous, and I don't want to, show you out on your own show. But Rob Pelinka chooses the coach, right? If the coach is not successful because of the team that Rob Pelinka put behind him, that is Rob Pelinka's fault. You know what I mean? We just said it. We can't blame Darvin Ham. This is his first year, right? But we literally have been no playoffs, bubble championship, no playoff. Then we got Darvin Ham. So they blame Frank Vogel, right? And now we have Darvin Ham, and we're getting the same thing. Well, Pelinka is the one that showed these players. We never in the world should have ever have gotten Westbrook put on this team, because we know that Westbrook, number one, is an energy guy. Number two, he needs to be able to be a dominant ball handler. Well, you already have a dominant ball handler on the team, and there's not two balls on the court. So I know, as just a regular fan, that's not going to work. They get paid millions of dollars to know that shouldn't work.
Right.
So why would that decision be made?
Look, but let me stop you there. You just made a point right now in saying that you got two ball dominant players right there. If you're the coach and you know that one of them is 38 years old, the other one's 33 years old, who has fresher legs? Who has the ability of being the actual point guard and the leader? It's not like Westbrook has been trash for the past 13, 14 years he's been in the league. This guy's a all-star in the league. He's a Team USA Olympic gold medalist as well. I mean, this guy has been a leader, especially what he did after KD left Oklahoma. So it's not like he's just any scrub out there that we just brought into this ball club that wants to control the ball. No, this guy knows what he's doing. And let me throw this stat at you. And this is the reason why I wanted to talk to you today, because seeing the situation, what's happening with LeBron, like, can the Lakers actually win with LeBron James? And honestly, right now, the stats say otherwise. If you look at it, the Lakers only have 3 wins this season. And those 3 wins are 3-0 when LeBron James does not play. When LeBron James plays, they're 0-10. So when we look at those numbers and we see what it's like with LeBron on the court and off the court, it kind of makes you realize, like, okay, when he's off the court, we have Russell Westbrook being the guy and AD as well, and they're winning. They're 3-0. But when LeBron is out there on the court, they're 0-10. What do you think about that?
Well, first of all, this. I love what Darvin Ham has done. He has at the press conference. He was the reason why I said no. Let's not trade Westbrook and see what he could do. So I love what Darvin Ham did. He said he knows and realized that you cannot have Westbrook and LeBron James on the floor at the same time. So he moved Westbrook over to the bench, which allowed Westbrook to actually play and be the main ball handler when he goes in, because LeBron is taking a rest at that time. And you see that he's been flourishing in that. So obviously now LeBron off, now you know Westbrook is going to start. Westbrook knows what his role is, and Westbrook is able to be Westbrook. And as long as he's able to do that, then that is what success looks like. Right. What I don't understand is that when you have a situation like that, and everybody in the media, they want to trade Westbrook for somebody, they want to trade AD for somebody, but apparently LeBron has a force field around him where nobody ever wants to trade LeBron like that's the worst thing in the world. I mean, the bottom line is we need to construct a team. They don't have to be name brand players. They just have to be players that fit in the system. And I think Darvin Ham was a great hire. That was probably the best thing Pelinka has done. But at the same time, Pelinka.
Wait a second. You said that was the best thing Pelinka has done? Hire Darvin Ham? Are you crazy?
Absolutely.
So you are crazy.
No, I'm not crazy. Listen.
Absolutely.
Well, no, listen, that is the best thing that he's done. The best thing he's done was hire Darvin Ham.
And he's 3-10. That's the best thing he's done, and we're 3-10 right now, Money Mike.
Well, listen, again, Darvin Ham can't do nothing with the team. I mean, like he can't do nothing with the team that's constructed as it is, right? He's doing the best he can because
he doesn't have a beat up team. That's the thing, though. He has decent ball players down there who should.
Yeah, but he does not have the right pieces. He has players that all want to do the same thing, and you cannot be successful.
That's only two players that are really on the ball club that people are saying LeBron Westbrook, and right now, honestly, if LeBron is toward his end of his freaking career, this is his 20th season in the league. He's getting hurt technically every other game. We don't have that much time with him. And they've decided to bring a guy like Darvin Ham to be the coach. No, like you can't bring a rookie to coach LeBron James late in his career. No, that's just not okay. Like that's not showing LeBron that we got your back.
What are you talking about, man? With that, so who do you think that we should have gotten?
I mean, there was other people out there.
Give me somebody.
Okay, at the time there were talking. I mean, I get very upset when I was watching the Clipper game the other day. Tell me who's on the bench, not Tyronn Lue, but tell me who's Tyronn Lue's assistant coach.
I mean, well, not Mike Brown.
No, former Laker, the guy that deserved an opportunity. And Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buzz back in 2014 or so, they slapped him in the face and said, "No, thank you. We don't want your services." He won a championship with the Lakers 3 years in a row with Kobe and Shaq.
Well, you're not talking about Phil Handy. Who's over there?
No, I'm testing your mind because I know you were testing someone's mind earlier. Now I'm testing your mind. Who won 3 championships with the Lakers in the early 2000s and then became an assistant coach under Phil Jackson?
Oh, Brian Shaw. You talking about Brian Shaw?
Brian Shaw's currently sitting down with the Clippers, helping them win. Brian Shaw deserves a lot more respect and deserves an opportunity from the Lakers. And I'm pretty sure you saw the Laker legacy on Hulu, right?
Yes.
And you saw what Brian Shaw had to say about the Lakers organization, right?
Yeah.
So I see that guy right there helping the other team across the hall when we can get a veteran guy, experienced guy that's been there, won it on the floor, won it on the bench, multiple times on the bench, not just once like Darvin Ham with the Milwaukee Bucks. But you got to get a better guy in place to go ahead and take this team to the promised land. A guy like Darvin Ham, he can't take him anywhere. I'm pretty sure he can't even drive him down the street.
Man, first of all, I could disagree with you. I mean, Darvin Ham, number one, he was with the Lakers as well, and he went.
Lakers 1 year.
Then he went and then he coached over there in Atlanta as assistant coach. He did really well Schroeder and everything, and then went over to
Did he
Milwaukee.
win something?
I think his resume is equal to Brian Shaw.
Hell no. Brian Shaw won what 3 championships as an assistant and other 3 as a coach.
Okay, so has Brian Shaw been the head coach?
Yes,
I mean,
he
I know
has.
he was a head coach of the G League Ignite,
No,
but
he was
but
also
in
the
the
head
NBA,
coach of the Denver Nuggets for about 2 years after he got fired.
and how did he do?
Well, he did all right, but tell me what players he had on the squad that year after they traded Carmelo Anthony out of there and traded him to New York. They blew up the whole team. So how do you expect Brian
So
Shaw?
let me ask you this: what do you think Brian Shaw would do something different than what versus what Darvin Ham is doing?
Brian Shaw would get a lot more respect knowing that you got a championship-minded coach, a guy that coached under Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson is one of the greatest coaches of all time, if not the greatest.
Okay, so look, let me just say what my biggest problem is, and we'll look at USC for example, right? We went through years and years of USC continuing hiring people internally, somebody that was from USC or been part of USC. They finally went and got Riley out of Oklahoma, somebody that was a hire.
He has a resume.
No, but what I'm telling you is that was somebody that was not bred through the USC system, and now you see USC is playing really good ball. I think that's definitely what we need to do over here. We got to get outside of that's one my problem with Pelinka. Pelinka is still inside. He was Kobe's agent, and now he's the GM. You know, he's a rookie GM, and they're still sitting aside. This is the reason why I think we need to get rid of GM.
The second year.
What'd you say?
I'm like he was a rookie GM, but in the second year he won a championship.
Yeah, but look, but Magic was the one that kind of constructed this team. And let me just say, Pelinka is the one. Now, wait. Look, see, this is what you don't understand. So, my question was this: if we had a team right after we won the championship in 2021, we had this team, and everybody said if we would not have gotten hurt that year, that we would have been championship contenders, right? Would you agree? 2021, we didn't. They said if we wouldn't have got hurt, we could have won the championship. So my question for the following year, my question is for the following year, why would you blow up a team where the only reason why we weren't contending for a championship the following year were because of injuries? And then what he did was he went and got Westbrook, which was not the right person to get at that particular time, because again, he's ball dominant. LeBron is ball dominant. And then he made, silly trades to get rid of people that could help us. He couldn't even keep Caruso. So I mean, there's blood on Rob Pelinka's hands, and there's no way that you cannot agree with that.
A little bit, I can a little bit, but I cannot put.
I mean, what do you mean a little bit? Either you can or you can't.
No, he's not at fault. It's about the coaching, Money Mike. It gotta be the coaching.
But what? But how can? But listen. So you're telling me that Darvin Ham is doing a bad job? Yes. Because actually, let me tell you this.
You can see 3-10. Clearly,
listen. He's dealing with the people that he has on his roster. And who put that roster together? Why can't we shoot threes? Why can't we make any threes?
So let me ask you.
Is that Darvin Ham's fault?
Money Mike, let me ask you this question. If you think it's a roster, tell me. Are you telling me that the Oklahoma City Thunder, who don't have nobody on their squad, have a better roster than the Lakers?
Look.
No, tell me. Answer that. Yes or no?
Okay, so what are we going by? Are we going by name brand players, or we're going about players that actually are effective?
If you look at the names on the roster on paper, you're gonna be like, okay, LeBron, AD, so and so and so, and you see this, like, who the hell is this? Who the hell is that? Okay, that dude. Okay.
See, here's the thing. It's a construction of the team that you need to have, right? You do not have to go at the name brand players. The $47 million that we could pay 3 players.
Lonnie Walker, he's not a well-known player. Lonnie Walker's hella good. He's averaging about 25 points per game for the Lakers right now.
Yeah, Lonnie Walker is a good pickup. But again, that $47 million that we're giving Westbrook, we could have given 3 players $15 million, and they could have been better role players on the Laker team. But
name me a role player. Name me a role player who you would pay $15 million who's going to give you 18, 8, and 8. Who?
Well, wait a minute, but that we talk about this year though, right? Well, we talk about this year.
You want to look?
Because here's the thing: we love we love what Westbrook. But listen, we love what Westbrook was doing this year, and because we could not get. They was calling him Westbrook last year because he was playing basically out of position. Darvin Ham made the decision to put this guy on the bench and get the most out of the Westbrook. He's not getting turnovers again, like he was getting last year because of the way that he's put him. So Darvin Ham has taken Westbrook and put him in a position where he could be successful. That is great coaching. I mean, would you disagree?
In a way, yes.
So he puts this player and he's playing better. Nobody else is calling him Westbrook Brick anymore. He's actually playing effective. What did he do? He did 16, 12 assists last night.
Yes, he's playing good.
Yeah, he's been really, really good. And he's and soon as he moved him over to the bench and had him coming off the bench and he adapted that role, he started being effective in this game. Now that's something that Frank Vogel never did. But this is something that Darvin Ham did. And so he looked at his cards. He said, look, how can I get the best out of Westbrook? And he's doing that. And you're saying that he's not a good coach?
Well, okay, he's doing that thing, but at the end of the day, you got to look at the overall. Yeah, he did that, and he's
the overall is the construction of the team that Pelinka has.
He's 3-10 right now. As a Laker coach, you damn well know that you got to win. And when you're 3-10, you're not winning. That's not winning.
But why are we putting this? Why are we putting this on a first-year coach versus a 5-year GM?
A 5-year GM who already won you a championship prior to this coach coming this way.
Yeah, but you understand that got the team that won the championship. Rob Pelinka is the one that blew them up.
Was it Rob Pelinka that blew him up, or was it the circumstances that the team was facing?
It was Rob Pelinka that blew him up.
No.
Rob Pelinka that blew him up.
Tell me LeBron had nothing to do with that. Tell me that LeBron had nothing to do with
that.
Here's
the thing. You already know LeBron does everything that LeBron does. If it works out well, then LeBron is amazing. If it works out bad, everybody knows the reason why Westbrook is here is because LeBron wanted Westbrook to come here. Everybody knows that the reason why Carmelo came is because of LeBron. And but as soon as everything blow up and doesn't work out, LeBron has this force field over him where you're not allowed to say trade him, get him for somebody else. Look, I think what we need to do is if he's the best asset, hey, send him over to Phoenix. Let's get DeAndre Ayton and other guy, my light skinned guy, Booker, for LeBron, and let's go ahead and run this thing.
I mean, yeah, in a way, I do see that it's probably better for the Lakers to move on from LeBron James right now at this point in his career. I guess in a way you can say that we got what we wanted from him. He came here, he came to LA, he loves LA. I'm pretty sure he never wants to leave Los Angeles, but if he has to, he has to. In this case, I feel that, I think it is time. I think it is time to actually look into it and see that it might be the best move for the organization overall. And I want to touch on this real quick, and I'll let you touch back on this, but I want to give Jeannie Buss some love and some respect because she deals with a lot. She is not your typical owner. There is no other female owner in the league right now in the NBA who kind of has done what she's done ever since she took over in 2017. I mean, 2017, she took over and she promised everyone, like, I'm going to do the best I can. And 2.5 years later, she brings the championship to town. She brings LeBron in a year from the moment she took over. So she's done a lot of great things. Yeah, at the end of the day, I feel that you cannot just point a finger at ownership at the very top in Jeannie Buss. That's plain and simple. I think
let me just say, first of all, if you're going to give Jeannie Buss for the credit for good things, you have to also give her credit for bad things. First of all, I absolutely love Jeannie Buss. I love her to death. I think she's great for the organization. Very proud of her for everything that she's done. The reason why we got LeBron James was because of Magic. It was not because of Rob Pelinka.
Right.
We know that Magic was the one that was sitting outside of his house.
Who hired Magic?
we already know Jeannie
Who-
Buss. That was a good hire, right?
Get some credit for that.
But
You get
at the
credit for
same
what's going on
time,
here.
we got Palinka, and Palinka was doing some whole lot of dirty stuff behind his back, and Magic didn't want to have to deal with that. Magic let it be known all the dirty stuff that was happening, and Magic gracefully just bowed out.
Yeah,
Right.
because he was.
And then once that happened,
working, Magic wasn't in the office working. That's the reason why Pelinka was talking. He wasn't in the office working.
hey, but Magic was there. He was invested. Look, Magic freaking has 10 NBA championships. He has 1 Sparks championship. He has 1 Dodger championship, and now he just has LAFC. So I trust Magic because he literally has championships in 4 different sports. So if I would take Magic part-time to run the Lakers and make administrative decisions way above Rob Pelinka, because all Rob Pelinka did was tear down the team that everybody was saying if he had not been hurt, we could have gone back to back.
You know what, Money Mike, I'm gonna hire you part-time to come on Monday Night Fredo every time to go ahead and talk about LeBron, because that's exactly what I feel now that I'm joining your club here on the LeBron Hater Club.
Listen, absolutely. We always could talk about LeBron because and all I want to do is really this, and I'm not a hater. I promise you I'm not.
Can we grab
but
that?
all I do is give honest critiques. You know, like this guy literally does a turnaround jumper when he should be driving to the hole. You know, trying to get the foul.
I ain't hating. I ain't hating.
You know, right. I'm just telling you, like, there's things they does. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is not making the right decision. Oh my God, the ball, he's closest to the ball, and then he waves his hands at his teammates behind him when they get the rebound. Now, these things are not happening. You guys watch LeBron and what he does. Watch how he doesn't get back. Watch how he complains about stuff. And watch how he doesn't play every play and how he complains about stuff doing.
All right, Money Mike. Well, man, it was a pleasure to have you on here again on Monday Night Fredo, live from the Infinity Studios. I see it in your background. You see it in my background. And just for the people out there watching, we're actually in the same building, but we're in different parts of the studio. But Money Mike, last things you want to go ahead and say to the people out here before we get going.
Hey, look, I'm telling everybody, first of all, what I don't like as a whole, and let me just say this. You know, when you're a diehard Laker fan, you definitely got to go and look at all the things that can be done. But at the same time, with 3-10, I still have hope that we could turn this around. If we get 3 or 4 games in a row, we could be close to 500. If you look at Golden State Warriors, they're under 500 still, and everybody still think they're winning the championship, and we're eliminated. That should not be the case. Let's go and see what could happen by All-Star break and see if we'll be able to be contenders.
Well, Money Mike, look, I don't want to blow your bubble right now, but I'm clearly going to tell you there's no way the Lakers are going to win 3 games in a row. Plain and simple. There's no way.
As long as LeBron doesn't play, we can.
True, because when we had Westbrook as leader, we're 3-0. But with that being said,
you see the pattern, right?
I just want to let everybody out there know that the hopes for the Lakers should actually be good this season. It's done. It's done. I'm giving up right now in a way because I just feel that Darvingham is not going to take us to where we want to be at this year. So it's
look. The good thing is if we do, we have a chance for the number 1, and we got that 7'4" guy, Victor. I forgot his last name.
Wamdiyama.
Yeah, that guy. We gotta get him.
He's a freak. But another guy that's pretty good out there as well is Money Mike, which you can catch him on the Profanity Nation podcast every single Sunday night, 8:30 Pacific here on the Infinity Studios. And again, thank you guys all for watching Monday Night Fredo. Next Monday, I'm gonna give you guys some more excitement because next Sunday, we got Sunday Night Football live from SoFi Stadium. I will be there to bring you guys some great reaction from the Chiefs and the Chargers. It's going to be a great AFC showdown live from SoFi next Sunday, but you can definitely catch me here next Monday night here live from the Infinity Studios. Money Mike, thank you for joining us. Everyone out there, thank you guys as well. Stay tuned because we got a lot more coming here from the Infinity Studios. See you guys next Monday. Peace.